All right, here at Hans Garage, I've got my e46 330i 2004, and the alternator went bad last week. And I don't know why I decided not to take this alternator out first and then order the right alternator. But I went to my different car, 2002 330xi, took that car's alternator out and ordered that alternator, and it was the wrong alternator. I was like, why do they have different alternators? They're the same model, well, not same year, but just same model overall, 3 Series. So I ordered the right alternator. Then I took out this alternator out, made sure it was the right one, and I ordered the right part from Amazon, Bosch, OEM. And when it came, the plastic plug-in was broken. So I was so livid that day. So I had to mention to Amazon, hey, like when you ship this alternator, just protect this plastic part so that it doesn't break when it ships. So finally it came here, but while I was waiting, because 2 days is a long time, I went to FCP Euro, and they have this voltage regulator for older alternators that you can just swap out. And supposedly the shims, they wear out and they don't charge the voltage to the alternator. I don't know how it works. But when I checked the shaft inside the older alternator, it was just completely worn out. So obviously I'm going to have to return this to FCP, and then the wrong alternator, I might keep that one for other cars, but the right alternator with the broken tab, I have to return. And I'm going to show you how to take the alternator out, obviously, and then install it, and just make sure you don't make the same mistake that I have done. All right, let's get right to it. And to quickly show you the difference, this is my 2004 alternator and 2002 alternator. Removing the T25 Torx screw. And removing cables for the fan. And the fan should slide right out. Now removing the intake filter housing. These are two 10mm bolts. And loosening the clamp from the intake elbow boot and removing the MAF sensor cable. And the housing should be free. And now I'm going to remove the cover for the serpentine belt tensioner. Same thing for the alternator bolt that holds the pulley. T50 for this one. After loosening the serpentine belt, I'm going to remove the pulley for the alternator, which is held on by 16mm bolt. First bolt is out with the pulley, and then the bottom bolt, and that's it. Your alternator should be free. The alternator should be free. Okay. All right. Let's install the alternator in, the new one. First, I'm going to connect the wire and then plug it in. This wire right here, and then the plug-in. Okay, the nut going in. Okay, now the short bolt goes on the bottom, long is on the top. This one goes right here. Just gonna wiggle it. Make sure it's in place. And then the pulley with the long bolt. Make sure your pulley is good, not making any noise. And then the dimple right here. Match it over on the alternator, the dimple right there. That goes in like this. All right, that's in there. And now I'm going to torque these to 33.2 foot-pounds. Now let's put the serpentine belt together, and this is a good time to check if your belt is cracked or not, and replace it if you need to. So mine is good. So over the crank, like that, loop it around, wrap around the alternator, and then the power steering pump. Just like that. And give this some slack right here for the tensioner. Okay. And then for the tensioner, you will need T50 Torx, and I'm using a breaker bar. Right there. Okay. And put the belt around just like that, and that should be done. Make sure the belt is sitting nice, it's not overlapping anything. Yep. Should be good. And put these caps back on. So the one that's coming out, it's for this side right here. Make room for the bolt. Okay, and the flat one for the tensioner. All right. And now let's install the intake housing. Make sure the MAF sensor wire is out of the way. Putting this one in here. Line properly. All right, everything's aligned properly. MAF sensor cable. And then the elbow boot clamp. And then the cooling fan goes back in place. Okay. This cable here. This cable here for the fan. This cable here. All right. And T25 Torx screw here. And then the intake scoop. 3 plastic tabs. And let's check the alternator voltage using my OBD2 scanner. All right, let's start the engine. no battery light. And I'm going to check the battery voltage using my OBD2 scanner. And while your car is on and you're driving, your voltage should be between 13 and 14. So this is perfect. My alternator is fixed. Thanks for watching.